Okay, so the first video inside the Met, looking at Albrecht Dürer, is more about the background. Now let's talk about his work and how he used line. I have a few questions to ask, and I do want you all to give me your answer. I'm not sure what platform I'm going to use, maybe Flipgrid um, or another. You'll find out. It'll be in the module. But one of the questions, do the textures on Dürer's rhinoceros suggest a strong animal? Why? Looking at the line, look at the variety. Look how he has changed the size and the distance to open up an area and to make an area look more populated, more thicker. And then his dark underbelly here of the rhinoceros, the lines are closer together. So that's a technique that artists use to create darker lines instead of shadows. The closeness of the line makes this area look darker. And then not having any or very rare amount of lines up here show lightness. So you feel like the light is hitting the top of the animal here. So notice how there's not a flat uniform pattern, but there are areas on this rhinoceros where he has concentrated pattern. But then they have a variety. So they have a line underneath here, no line here for lightness. So you have line and circles here, and then you only have the circles, and the circles are more of a dash or a dot or a point. So admire the way this artist was able to use variety and repetition at the same time. What kind of textures would make him look more gentle or docile? So how could this animal look differently? What kind of texture would make this more cuddly, I think is a better term. Why do you suppose Durer filled the whole picture with the rhinoceros? Is it for emphasis? Is it a big animal? And he takes up the whole page. So here are some good questions to ask yourself while looking at this artist's use of line to create pattern, to create texture, to create shadow, to create the variety and contrast of light right here and dark right here. So lines get closer together when you need a darker texture, and then line is very rare or sporadic when you are looking to show highlights. So this rhinoceros through line looks 3D and thick. And he's done that by variety. If he would have covered the whole rhinoceros in a pattern of the same size and color, the rhinoceros would have looked flat instead of lifelike. So I hope you've enjoyed this print and this new artist to you, and how he's created this rhinoceros to look like a beast that could be fantastical. So fantasy, part fantasy and part realistic. So I do like that creativeness of copying from nature, but having artistic liberties and stylized ways of creating texture. So thank you so much for listening. I hope Durer has inspired you to use variety when you go to create your mix match juxtaposed animals.